Morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers and people from around the world. That's right, Airy Skies here with a review. Now, a lot of you have been sending me messages on YouTube and in my inbox about, yes, that's right. Let me show you. This case here, we're doing a video today on the tablet, as you know, got a scratch. Okay. As you know, we're doing a review on this. Now, for some of you out there, you've been wondering what the difference is between the iPad 2, and an iPod. Now, the iPod Touch, iPad, and iPad 2 all have the same thing in common. The operating system, that's right. That is one thing that is common. Now, for the iPod, it's got the same icons and it's smaller. It comes in 8 gig, 16, 32, or no, 8, 16, 32, or 64. For iPads, it's double the capacity. It's 16, 32, 64. I've been told that if I fill up the 16 gig, I get a 32 next. So far, I haven't maxed it out. So, let's get down to details, shall we? First of all, if you can see it, this icon here is the calendar. That's right. I use calendar all the time. I got a crap load of doctor's appointments lined up. I also got jury duty. Oh, yeah. So, this one's contacts. This icon here, there is nothing. This one here, if you can see it, is notes. Now, that's to take notes, scribble things, or whatever. This icon here is maps. That's right. It's got a GPS, I believe, and I haven't tested it out. I haven't gone to the other bigger cities yet, except recently when I was hunting for a dress. However, that's a different story. Videos. This holds your videos. If you download something, or if you buy a video, or if you install some type of video. YouTube. Let me tell you, unless you have 3 megs or faster, your YouTube's going to be choppy. That's right. This thing will do YouTube, but it's very choppy. iTunes, everyone knows what iTunes is. You don't have to be explanation. The App Store, it's just like the Google Android. Now, if you look at the comparison, I'm doing a comparison video next. That's right. So, Game Center to play with other games, and settings. Settings has a few new features in 4.3 I found. Like one, the volume control here mutes it. Now, if you disable the mute control, you can actually pull this down and it'll lock itself. Now, let me show you. Accelerometer's this. Now it's this. Now, I push this button right here. Now it's locked. So, now it is like a newspaper reader. See, look. Hold that up. It is locked. Now, I'll unlock it for a second and put it back to the same way I'm supposed to do things. Yes. So, this has a screen protector, by the way. I keep it that way, and etc. Power buttons right there. So, unlock it. Lock it again. There it goes. It's locked. Now, bottom is simple tasks, just like your iPod Touch or iPad 2. Safari. Mail. Email, of course. Hold on. Safari, email, photos. I found a way to put photo on it. I tested it out. The new Wonder Woman picture, really cool. My assistant, not assistant anymore, but my ex-helper, he's playing a game right there in the background. He hangs out all the time. He controls my Facebook account. So, since there are some Facebook problems, I do not go on Facebook anymore, MySpace anymore. I handle Twitter only and other options. So, and this is iPod, which I assume is for music. So, with that said, let's continue. Rotating there. First, you got Skype. Skype works only half the time. That's right. I don't even bother with Skype. My computer here has got problems. This one's being packaged up Wednesday and shipped off. So that just leaves my netbook and my Apple in the house. All laptops are going in for repair because the fan sounds like a jet. Really loud even when it's running virus scans, and it's an HP. This program here I don't use anymore. I pushed the reset button somehow, and it locked into some damn thing with Yahoo. It wiped out all my contacts, so I said piss on it. So I just leave it there. I don't even use the desktop version. And the AOL Messenger, can't figure out the new AOL, so I don't even bother. And Excite Messenger doesn't work with the dang. So, shall we continue? This icon is the Nook reader. I, for one, do not like the Nook reader. Now, Amazon.com is really good. Once you figure out how to use it, it comes into your advantage. That's right. Hold on. There we go. Now, the other one is Amazon Price Check. I downloaded it. It is really good. Facebook, this version does not have chat. I don't use chat much. I don't have a use, and I'm not on it anymore, except for once in a great while for messages. But then again, my helper, or ex-helper, he handles Mafia Wars and the apps that I used to run for games. So if something goes through, he takes care of it. I don't even take any time with it because I'm too busy with my ministry. And today, well... Oh, and look for my comparison video for between this and the Galaxy Tab. So, the next one's Twitter. I use this once in a while, but when I get out of bed nowadays, I got crises, and I got to get on the phone. My email is always plugged. That's the only thing I answer nowadays with the internet running so sluggish. I'll explain that in a second. B&H Photo. It's another application I use all the time. Best Buy, I use that one. Best Buy Gaming, I use that for shopping. Google Earth, that is fun. Google Books, the guy who runs what do you call it? The guy who runs my apps, Baldy in the back, he said the Google Books kind of sucked. He liked the Amazon Kindle better. So that there is at the bottom right here, Kindle. Now, the Google Voice ain't bad, but Google Voice doesn't work half the time either because it conflicts with the operating system of the Apple. Walmart, you gotta have an account, yada yada yada, and really it sucks. So hold on one second. I loaded by mistake. I need to postpone this for 24 hours because it's going into the shop. Yes, like I click on the Farmville app by mistake. This has the Farmville now. Sears and WeatherBug. WeatherBug's the same thing. I use WeatherBug all the time, okay? Not bad. Farmville, as you know. QVC, I shop there periodically. So far, there is nothing. Oh, that I got into my photo by mistake. Google, not bad. And then the Kindle, which, by the way, my ex-assistant who reads a lot, so do I, like it. Next one up is Price Grabber. American Airlines High Definition, as I call it, HD. Yahoo, which is simple. Denver Post, again, good for, well, the news. Next one up is IGN, which, again, is self-explanatory. Game news. eBay, use it periodically. It's not bad. Tested it out recently. I finally got around to it. The USA Today. I use the USA Today every morning while I have my coffee and I check my email while in bed. This is what it's for. In bed, I don't have to get out. Next one, New York Times. I subscribe so I don't have to pay. Yeah. Self-explanatory. Newspapers. Telegraph, newspaper. Now, I installed multiple versions of To-Do List. I'll tell you. To-Do Light, List and To-Do Light. To-Do Magic is my favorite. Action is light, to-do list, no problem. Medscape and WebMD, from what I understand, are... I know Medscape is... You gotta be a, what do you call it, premium or a doctor to use it. So, until I figure out how to uninstall programs, they just stay here. Now, for cookbooks, I got Epicurious, Whole Foods, All Recipes. That's right. Then I installed Nextag for shopping and tracking app for purchases of packages, etc. I use a different, and then I use MSN Messenger, which, by the way, half the time doesn't work. Again, it's not compatible with the operating system, so it's got to be fixed. Then I use Big Oven, Betty Crocker Cookbook, Recipe Grazer, Delicious, cookbook, Harvest to Eat, the Italian cookbook. All these are good cookbooks. I got them so I can cook. I love to cook. It's one of my hobbies and passions. Shall we continue? Now, I use a program called Nimbuzz. This is like a telephone program like Skype. It works a little bit better. Yeah. The OIS Mobile, that really works too. I look up news for Macash, Macworld, Tech News. Then I got Budget's Free. It's for my budget program to make sure I'm always in the green when I'm using this. Then I installed Final Fantasy 1, Final Fantasy 2, waiting for Final Fantasy 3. Secret of Mana is on here also. I got a program called To Santa, which is really pretty funny. Installed Netflix. Again, unless you're 3 megs or higher, in my opinion, you're going to have to let it buffer, and it's really choppy. Next up, a Christmas program again called Quick something. I can't remember the name, but it's got a little package icon right here. So, then up, Overstock. Shopping. Windows Shop right here. Tekka, which is a shopping program too. And stuff like that. I put gift list, pipe tool, a cigar program too here, which is on the bottom for 3,500 pipe tobaccos here and 3,500 plus cigars there. Then I installed several Wikipedia programs: Discover, Simplepedia, Wikipanion, Wiki Offline, Wiki Hood. And then I installed the Book of Mormon. After that, I installed a program called the Holy Bible, which has every version of the Bible minus the Jehovah's Witness version. I used the video game price guide. I installed Shanghai Lite, Mahjong Lite. I got one called Disaster. I got one called Buy.com, and I got CNN. Next up, PBS for my television shows on PBS. Toys R Us, Speed Test, Starbucks for my coffee and checking out what's new in the Starbucks world. Staples, Places, Google Places, Wild Frontier, good game, Across Ages, high definition, good game, Ring Finder for wedding rings, etc. I installed it because being a reverend, it helps. Find Games, another program. I got one here that's a really nice program, like I said. NetTalk. NetTalk is for Android and Apple. What this baby does is it makes this thing a telephone. So if I have Wi-Fi somewhere, I plug in my headphones, I can talk to someone, no questions asked. Seattle Times, self-explanatory. Chicago Tribune, self-explanatory. Cleveland.com, which is a Cleveland Plain dealer, self-explanatory. Then I got Mafia Wars, Vampires, and Engadget. So, with all that, the question is, what do I prefer over the tablets? Well, this is basically running 4.3. I've updated it. Now, the question is, what do you think? My opinion is Apple isn't bad. Now, the comparisons with the iPad 2. The iPad 2 has a camera in it. The microphone's a little better on the Wi-Fi version. It's really better on the 3G model. And it's got good camera, and it can play back 720, I believe, and 1080p videos. Now, the iPod Touch, same icons, same everything. You can download it. You can download it with the Marketplace with the iPod Touch under the iPhone apps. So you can have it under that. So if you go into your iPod Touch programs and you see something you like on iPod Touch or iPhone and you want it for this, just go in there and check it out. It might say right down there under the purchase program, you click on it and it'll say, oh, it's good for 3.0 iPad Touch or whatever, you know. So with this, the iPod Touch is the same as this. The only difference is the newer iPod Touch 8, 16, 32, and 64 have cameras built into them. Camera so you can do real-time chat or FaceTime as they call it. This doesn't. This is the original iPad and it doesn't have FaceTime chat. So that said, that is why I highly recommend for the price one of these. Now, you could use an iPod Touch in bed, but the screen's like this. flipping it, it's really teeny. It's 4 inches. This is 9.7. So, the specs are really good. Both systems are better. The iPad 2 is a little faster than the iPad 1, but I highly recommend the iPad 1. Now, if you want something compact to take with you, I'll explain the differences between Android and Apple OS in a minute. Okay? So, please add suggestions and comments in the box. Please subscribe if you like, and please add me as a friend if you like. Thank you, and look for my next video.